whether it's through a newsletter, whether it's through a report, whether it's through giving some free information or whatever it is, but I need to have something so I can capture their information and market to them over and over again. So the fact of the matter is, if you want to make a decent income, then you sell products and services. But if you want to become insanely rich, then you create and control markets. Now, if my business vanished right now, what would I do first? If you took away my plane, if you took away my offices, if you took away my houses, if you took away everything that I had, everything, and you gave me a laptop and I had access to the internet, what would I do and how would I make it happen? Well, the first thing that I would do is I would go to either GoDaddy or I say GoDaddy. The only reason I say GoDaddy here is because everybody knows who GoDaddy is. Actually, I like Enom. I like Enom and GoDaddy. GoDaddy is what I use a lot of times, but Enom's actually very good to use too. E-N-O-M, yeah, Enom. No, that's to get your domain name. Oh, your domain name, your website address or your URL, yeah. That's where you get it at. So you'd go. First thing you would do is you'd buy a domain, go to GoDaddy or Enom, ENOM.com, and then go to Frontier Power Hosting. Frontier Power Hosting. Let me tell you how this actually got created. I used to refer all my clients and all my customers over to a company I was using called Third Sphere Hosting. Third Sphere Hosting was one of the better ones out there. Here's what ended up happening. Third Sphere wanted to charge me every time I added on a new domain to my hosting account. They wanted to charge me $10 every time. They started adding in all these little nickel and diming things, and they started becoming pests. And whenever I wanted to get a hold of the people over there, what happened was they started email. It was the only way I can get in contact with them is via email. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I need it done now. I need to talk to somebody. And I can't. I'm just going to wait to an email because they'll email me back within 48 hours. So when something gets done on the internet, at least you want to have somebody to be able to pick up the phone and call. So I started thinking about it, and I went out and I said, okay, I'm going to go build my own server. I'm going to do it myself. After I started building it myself, I said, well, this is great because I built this whole server the way that I want it to be built. And I said, you know what? I can give it to my clients. And we started doing it, and then I developed Frontier Power. Actually, it's my wife's company. She developed Frontier Power Hosting, and we developed Frontier Power Hosting off of mine. And now we have, I'll just let you know, Frontier Power Hosting, you guys get a full free year of Frontier Power Hosting with Frontier Power Hosting. Now, when we first started, no problem. You get a full year of it, but not only that, when we first started using Frontier Power Hosting, or when we were using Third Sphere was charging $24.95 a month for basically we modeled them. That's basically what I did is I modeled them. I said, here's everything they have, but here's all the things I don't like, and here's what I want to fix. So I ended up making all the fixes because from a search engine marketing perspective and email marketing perspective, there's a couple other things that need to be done. So I just fixed it to my likings. And then from there, I said, you know what, this is perfect because I'm using it. I might as well use the same thing I'm using because it's exactly the way I want it set up. And I know it from a technical perspective and from a marketing perspective. And so they charge like $24.95 a month. And I was like, well, I can do the same thing for $19.97 a month. So we started doing it for $19.97 a month. We started getting all these people that started, buying it through the internet, doing it because I just started collecting names, sending them to the place they're going and buying it. Ended up finding out that that's not the game I wanted to get into. I decided to take the company private, like where I wasn't opening up to the public. Now people, in order for them to get into Frontier Power Hosting, they had to apply online for an account. And then we may not choose people to come in. So, and actually we jacked up the price from $20, to get the same services, but we jacked it up to $97. Now, but the cool thing is for you guys, you don't get it at that price. You guys get back to the old pricing, but anybody else that ever come in, they get it at the regular price. The reason is because I want to get rid of the tire kickers. I don't want the people that were going in and spamming my search engine, or spamming the search engines, going in and doing all this crazy stuff on the servers, because I would spend all this money fixing all the things. The cool thing is, another thing we do is at Frontier Power Hosting, what we do is we have a person on call. I have the consultants. Have you guys ever heard of AWeber or anything like that? The same consultants that AWeber has to get them through the spam filters is mine. I work with him. He works on a consistent basis, making sure. We're doing a lot of things behind the scenes with Frontier Power Hosting, making sure that you're not in the spam filters. If you do get in the spam filters, let's say that you're in Yahoo or something like that, then pretty much a lot of times we're going behind the scenes, we're actually taking care of it for you, unless we have to bring it to your attention. So we're actually doing things all the time behind the scenes, making you to make sure everything's clean, everything's good, so you can get through the spam filters. You can get through the search engines, so that the search engines are picking you up, putting you up there. You're not getting blacklisted. So I have the consultants that are doing that for me all the time on a consistent basis. Not only that, Shan and Eric are consistently in the office. They're answering any questions you have. You can pick up the phone and call them. They know my system. They know how I work. They know what I'm doing. And another thing is you can add on as many domains on that account as you want for free. So if you want to put 100 sites on your account that you get for free this year, then you can put 100 sites on there. You're not limited by the amount of domains. You are limited by the amount of space. So you do get a half a gig of hard drive space. Here, at least you can put 100 sites on there and it won't be a problem. The only way that it would be a problem is if you're putting a video like loading videos in and loading audios in. Because if you think about your computer, you load audios and videos, it sucks up all your space. Same thing happens on the hosting account. So that's the only reason you would ever. But if you do need more space, then all you got to do is call Eric, and he can help you with that. Also, another thing that we do is this: when you get your hosting account, you want to make sure that you get your own unique, what's called a unique IP address. And the cool thing is, everybody in here, what we did is we got your own unique IP address for you, because it's going to help you from a search engine marketing perspective and from an email marketing perspective. And we'll talk more about that, but basically what it is, if the only reason you would ever get hurt is because something you did, not what anybody else did. So, like let's say that if you were spamming, then of course you can get in trouble, but if somebody else that's on the server is spamming, you're not going to get in trouble because of their mistakes. So that's what having that done does. Yeah.
If we put multiple domains, does each domain get its own IP?
No, you only get one from us. Getting IP address is like strangling the government. It's hard. You're dealing with, it's even getting IP address. They don't even like us doing what we're doing, but we know what to say to them to get it done. So they don't like it because they only give us one, so you only get one. But you can get another account and make that happen.
Quick question: if you already have a GoDaddy and they're your servers, should you switch over to Frontier?
Yeah, well, because probably if you're using GoDaddy, I will tell you what you do, the $9.95 thing.
I don't know. They just upsold it.
Yeah, they're going to upsell you 150,000 times. Yeah. Typically, what you're probably got, you're on a shared IP address, and that's what they're doing. So they put you on one account, the shared IP address with a lot of people. If one of the people on there gets in trouble, then you can get in trouble. Another thing, the autoresponder will not. Another thing is one of the requirements too, and I think they're typically running Windows servers. I do not recommend Windows servers, the hosting account Windows servers. You want to run if you're going to do anything, Frontier Power Hosting, we run it off of Linux or Unix servers. The reason is because it's very stable. Anybody use Microsoft, you know how many times it craps out. Well, if you have a Microsoft hosting account that's on a Microsoft thing, it can crap out just like that. So you want to run it on Unix or Linux server. Unix or Linux server. And Frontier Power Hosting is a Unix Linux server. Quite honestly, this is little details. It doesn't mean anything to you right now, because it doesn't matter. You got the account, and it's free, and it's the best thing in the world, sliced bread. So, but you do have a Linux and Unix server, and it has cPanel. But the reason for that is because AutoResponse Plus, you can only install it on those two. So you can't install AutoResponse Plus on the GoDaddy account. You can only.
I just did a new domain.
Yeah. Oh, then you're good. Yeah. Then you're good. But you would never be able to do that.
Do you want money? Yes, I want